After 11 races at Chartin on Sunday, we're back at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for a 9-race programme. We've got it all covered here on Racing to Win. A very warm welcome to the show. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined here in the studio by our form analyst Paul Lally and race caller Mark McNamara as well. Mark, and it's a good programme as well. We've got 3 Class 3s and a Class 2 to finish the night.
We do. G'day to you, Andrew. Welcome back. And 9 races as well, so plenty of racing to bet on and 9 winners to find, hopefully.
That's the plan. Jackpot-wise, Paul, we've got a nice one in the 6-up.
Yeah, really good, actually. 4.4 million, so a decent one. Should get up to 8 million for a single winning $10 unit, so looking forward to that one. And it's quite open, actually. There's a few open races throughout the card, I thought.
Yeah.
And those ones you were talking about towards the end. Some good horses, a couple coming back from the Derby as well.
Yeah, so some real quality on show, reliable team coming out of the Derby. Good show from him. 1,800 metres, the last race. We'll look at that in due course. We'll go through them in order, of course. Before we get into Happy Valley, let's look back on the weekend action from Chartin with our racing review. So the best race, or the one we're going to look at now at any rate, is the last race on the programme. This was Ballistic King. This was a Class 2 contest, 1,400 metres. We talked about Derby form. There's Decrypt the Grey. Put in a good showing.
Sorry, Paul. He did. Ballistic King, the winner. You can see the door nearly closed on him there, and then he's able to budge through. He gets through between Decrypt. Beauty Legacy on the outside. This was just a really good ride by an informed Carrasteton, Paul.
Yeah, he rode it well, didn't he? And he got out nicely, and the horse won well. He'd been a horse that had come up in grade without winning. He'd been very consistent, and then he came up and did win that race. Decrypt, I thought, had his chance, back to 1,400 maybe, and Beauty Legacy, it was good to see him run better. Yeah,
definitely, because that was a Derby plan that sort of went wrong to a certain extent, I suppose, Mark. But there's still races definitely in him.
There is, and he settled so much better than what we'd seen from starts before Beauty Legacy last time, which will please connections. I would have, I'm sure, liked to win the race, but the fact he settled so much better than the start prior is a big plus.
All right, that was the second leg of Carrasteton's double on the afternoon. The other winners concerned, well, Joe Moreira had 3 and got to the century as well, and a double on debut for French jockey Antoine Hamelin. Good
day for Antoine. He rode Best View into a pocket, then it opened up beautifully, and Paul, Baltic success like a Learjet down the outside rail.
Yeah, straight to that 1,000 metres, didn't he? And they just didn't even get near him. He just kept going, you know. A really good win from him.
All right, so that was Antoine's first day in the Saddle with the big winners on the day. We'll see if we can find some more, though, with our horses to follow. All right, what have you found for us, Paul? This horse was actually well backed on the day, wasn't it? So there's plenty of people watching him.
Yeah, this is probably for people who didn't watch the races, because there's a very obvious one. Should have won this horse, there's no question whatsoever. Blinkers went on him for the first time, stunning impact. He'd been backed as well from 40s into 8-1. And if you did back him, you might not want to watch this. He sort of comes out, he had held up, the damage has been done now. He'd give them too much of a start. And the way he rocketed home with those big strides with those blinkers on, it was a great run from him. And, you know, 50 more metres he would have won. So probably, no, actually, that's wrong. 10 more metres he probably would have won. Looking at it again. So, look, he's a winner waiting to happen, but there's no way you're going to get that sort of price.
No, not 40-1 or anything like that next time out. You're not going for you're going back in time a little bit here, though, Mark.
Yeah, last Wednesday night, Andrew, first starter called Millennium Falcon. Now, here he is back in the field. He was about 35-1 in this race. He's got that white hood and blinkers on. He comes to the outside. His last 50 metres, he makes up a lot of late ground. There's Simply Fluke running to the lead. He trialled well and made his first start for Douglas White. You'll see him appear shortly. His trials on the turf had been better than the trials on the all-weather, like what I saw late in the race there, Millennium Falcon.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for him for sure. Back at Chartin for me on the weekend, and Chevalier Prince was having his first start here. At the back of the field as they turned for home, Matthew Chadwick in the saddle. Interestingly, Zach Purton had ridden him in his 3 trials for Frankie Law, but Zach had already made a commitment to Colonel, who went off the 1.5 favourite here. And you can see at this stage, Chevalier Prince, and he'd been in the trials, he'd been green in the trials, and that's what Matthew Chadwick reported to stewards as well, as the horse was very green in the run as well. But when he does get the hang of things late, he flashes home here. That's President's Choice winning again with a little bit in hand. But again, he's another horse. He was nearly 50-1 there. He won't be 50-1 next time.
Well, he lost the back of the winner, didn't he, at the top of the straight, and he's balanced up and come again.
Yeah, so he's definitely a horse to be following there. That is Chevalier Prince. Now, Victor Wong picked up 1 day careless riding. It would normally be 2, but in the current climate, it's going to be 1 day for careless riding, and then the jockeys will be fined an average of what they would have earned on a day. So day for Victor Wong and a $10,000 fine. Hopefully that makes sense, but that was the suspensions of fines out of the weekend. Now, as far as Happy Valley is concerned, as we head into Wednesday night programmes, there's a few horses not going round. Race number 2, Prince Harmony, has been replaced by Fantastic Fabio. Wagner Borges is in the saddle there. 6th event, Shining Gem. This big scratch, and you'd have had a chance for sure. Replaced now by Big Bang Bong. Keith Young in the saddle, so race 6, number 1. Classic Beauty out of race number 7, replaced by Superfast and Karis Teton. And then Meridian Genius, who also had a big chance, I think, replaced by the first starter, Amazing Night, Joe Moreira and John Size, unbeaten in 2 starts out of the UK. His first start here in Hong Kong. We're on the C course on Wednesday night for meeting number 62, and it's a 9-race programme, starting off with a Class 5 over the 1650, headed by Galaxy Race. Now, he's been beaten favourite on his last 2 starts, placed on his last 3. Joe Moreira from barrier number 7, break record of last start course and distance with a Nitro Express Class 5 first time, as it is for V Chevalier as well. The Full Blue, Matthew Poon jumps on board from a wide gate there. Further star, runner-up last time out, course and distance behind Wonderful Tiger, Zach Purton, barrier 12. Cherry Dream with the visor back on, and Rockage 0 from 22, but he was 4th last time out behind Regency Gem. Break record and Glorium are the horses marked that have been up at Chung Fro in the last month.
Speed map is expected to be good to slow and not a guaranteed leader in the field, but the 3 most likely pace influences, Charity Dream, Glorium and Break Record. Glorium can take a forward position, Break Record will push forward, and Mischievous Sunday Humble Steed should lead up the remainder behind the lead group from the outside gate, as he did last time. Vertistar will probably have to go back to get in.
And here he is, Vertistar, one of the favourites or likely favourites for the race. He goes nicely. Frankie Law's got this horse going pretty well at the moment. He's got a bit of a horror draw in 12. He drew 11 last time and ran 2nd, so he's used to being out wide there. Rockage, now look at this horse. He's under real double wraps here. He's pulling, on a rating of 11. The hood will come off him on race day. He's generally been working okay recently. He's just really keen in this one.
I think 16 is rating.
Is it 16? Did
Yeah,
I
you might have scribbled over the top of it.
Yeah, maybe I did.
But there you go. He's
Still low.
Still on a low rating. Yeah, he's got a bit to find still. All right, well, let's get into the replays. Vertistar, Galaxy Racer, and Mischievous Sunday has been a disappointment for me. I thought he'd win in Class 4. He's now dropping down here a long way down the ratings in Class 5.
They backed him this night too. His Galaxy Racer, who was given every chance on the rail, Vertistar was able to slot in back in the field. And when you compare the two, Paul, the run of Vertistar better than Galaxy Racer. He should have beaten the 2nd horse home with the run he had.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a really nice, it was a good run from him. So he's definitely in there for me.
All right, Break Record broke through at start number 10 last time out. Galaxy Racer in this race again as favourite. Starlet 2. Yeah,
change of jockey. Joe Moreira rode him last time from barrier 1. He now has to go to barrier 8. Antoine Hamlin will take them out. The inform Antoine Hamlin. Look, he won last time. He won nicely. It was a good enough win for him. I just think he's going to find it a bit more trickier now on that wider draw.
I think so. Break Record just sneaking through on the inside. The other horse running on there is Starlot, that comes into that first race on the back of a trial 2 on Wednesday night.
All right, speaking of trials, V Chevalier now has caught the eye, I thought, at big odds in Class 4, without really threatening, looking like winning, but now into Class 5. Does that make him interesting?
Yeah, he does, because I actually made him a long shot after that, what run you were talking about. And now he comes down to Class 4 and he steps up to 1650. He's by Ocean Park, and so the further the better for him. Look, I've got him in. I haven't got him in on a win line because I do want to see him run round over this trip. But look, I think he's an interesting one.
Peter Ho, the trainer, Chad Schofield, informed Chad as well, will ride, but favourite for the first Vertistar, Paul, in a reasonably open contest.
Yeah, I've got him on top Vertistar. I think he deserves to be near the top of the favouritism, the way he's been running. Galaxy Racer, Joe Moreira will jump aboard this horse. He's got barrier number 7. He's been consistent without winning. He's on a place line. Starlot, again, we saw him running on nicely. He drew 11 last start. He's drawn 4 now. And the one we talked about, V Chevalier, just threw him in there because I wanted to keep him a little bit safe, 10-1-5-4.
With the 10 as well, Vertistar here on top. I know he had to go back from a wide draw last time and he's likely going to do that again. He sustained that run from a long way up the 400-metre mark. He couldn't match the winner in the end, which was Wonderful Tiger. It was just too good on the night, Wonderful Tiger. Put Galaxy Racer in for 2nd, draws barrier number 7 this week. He's just so consistent. He got 3 wide cover into the race recently in the replay we just saw. 3 starts for Casper for 3 placings. 2-break record despite the draw and up 5 pounds in weight. Is a last start winner and the 5 Starlight. There's a trial next to his name. He ran 8th of 11. He just bowled around at the back and wasn't asked for too much in that. The way he finished last time from a good draw, he's a top 4 as well. 10, 1, 2 and 5.
Yeah, I think 10 and 1 are the 2 definitely you've got to include. I've taken a little chance maybe with Nitro Express. He hasn't won for a long, long time, but he's won in Class 3. He's now in Class 5. Neil Callan jumps back on board. Neil's ridden him for a couple of times for wins as well. So Nitro Express for me in the first.